Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Monday, the 13th of July, 2026. Hello, well done making it this far. How are you all doing this morning? Hope you're all well. We've got Disney the Shark, we've got Billy. We've got Kevin. We've got One Angry Pagan in there, L as well, and others. If you'd like to join our friends in the friendly chat, hit the friendly subscribe button and wait for approximately one of your Earth minutes. So, bad news to start off with today. Sam Neill, the veteran New Zealand actor, actually born in Northern Ireland, has been dispatched. He's gone off to join the Choir Invisible. This is a bit of a shame because I really, really liked him. He was fucking fantastic in Jurassic Park, The Piano, Event Horizon, The Hunt for the Wilder People. Bloody love that film. Might watch The Hunt for the Wilder People tonight, actually, because it's a very funny film. He was in The Dish. Also The Dish, about the moon landings and the fact that they had to transmit the moon landing, footage around the world. It got transmitted because of the way that the Earth was rotated with regards to the moon at the time. That footage needs to be relayed from the Parkes dish in Australia. Folk behind the scenes now saying Anne Widdecombe was murdered for political reasons, says Karen. I don't know. The guy who did it, or the guy we think he did it, who's been arrested, he travelled 300 fucking miles. He came from Rotherham. In Sheffield, which is fucking crazy. You don't need eyes where we're going, Graham, says Black Dot Dot. Lots of suppressed childhood trauma there with Event Horizon. Omen 3, will the devil be bricking himself? Well, yeah. I was surprised to find out that he wasn't killed at one of the daggers of Medigo. Was it the Medigo dagger? What was it called? The daggers that had to be used to kill Damien. Because he played Damien in the third Omen movie that no one bothered to watch. But Damien was running to be US president. The devil, Damien Thorne, was running to be president of the United States. Yes, his first name did begin with D and had 6 letters. And his second name did begin with T and had 5 letters. Damien Thorne, Donald. Anyway, so the devil incarnate. Well, the son of the devil, actually. Bicentennial man. Was he in that? With what's his name? Comedian guy from Aladdin. Bloody hell. Williams. Robin Williams. Nanu. He was in that, wasn't he? Alan Grant is dead. No, says One Angry Pagan. Yes, afraid so, mate. The Grim Reaper's been busy with public figures lately. I know the Grim Reaper's been having a fucking mad one, hasn't he? Anyway, so I liked Omen 3. Damien Trump. Yeah. It's funny that, isn't it? Like, it's almost the same name. It's almost as though the filmmakers of the early 80s were trying to warn us or something. But it is funny that he was playing, his sort of breakout role was he was playing an American and nobody noticed. He was a good actor, very nice chap, says Kevin. Yeah. Agreed. Anyway, R.I.P. Sam Neill died at the age of 78. His death was described as sudden and unexpected. He actually said that he had a particular type of cancer a couple of years ago, but he'd had treatment for it. He was also in the Hunt for Red October. He was also in Dead Calm, if anyone saw that, with Nicole Kidman, I think, which is pretty good. He was also in Peaky Blinders. He played a Northern Irish police captain in Northern Ireland in Peaky Blinders, for which he had to regain his Northern Irish accent. Top bloke. Anyway, right, let's move on. So Iran and the United States are at war again. It's war. Go on, say it. War. It's war. It's war. Iran has launched missiles and drones at American military facilities in Bahrain and Kuwait. Again, the Revolutionary Guard also claims to have destroyed radar equipment in Oman and struck fuel tanks and ammunition stores at the Prince Hassan Air Base in Jordan. The United States says its latest attacks hit Iranian air defense systems, coastal radar, missile and drone facilities, and small military boats. That means the United States attacks, not the Iranian attacks. The US Central Command says that more than 300 Iranian military targets have been struck over the past 3 nights. Iran says it has closed the Strait of Hormuz. Again, Nacho, not a chance. Hormuz opens. Nacho. And will not restore normal shipping until US military operations there end. Washington disputes Iran's claim to control the waterway and says an alternative route is that is close to Oman remains available. Wow. The attacks have placed last month's interim agreement between the two countries in doubt, and Trump has said he considers the ceasefire over, although further negotiations remain possible. And he was really apoplectic about this last week. Like, he was saying, they're always betraying, they're always doing this, always doing that. Meanwhile, Brent crude has gone up 4.3% to $79.31 per barrel. Again, we're seeing that the price of oil hasn't gone through the roof, and all these people going, "Oh my God, we're going to run out of oil. We're going to run out of oil." I can't see it happening. I mean, it might. I know we've been working on reserves in a lot of countries, but at the end of the day, we have alternatives now, and countries are just going gung ho for alternatives because they realise they need power. You know, they need vehicles that can move, and China can't create can't create solar panels and electric engines, electric motors fast enough. But yeah, what else have we got in here? I remember Sam Neill and Cain and Abel. Don't shoot me, but I enjoyed the Jeffrey Archer novel, says Colin. I thought I would shoot you. Sam Neill auditioned for Bond. He would have made a good Bond. Yeah, it would be nice to have a Kiwi Bond. And Chrissy, good morning all. Currently sat in Tim Hortons enjoying a breakfast wrap. Ooh, sounds nice. Did you get a donut with that as well? Still smells of smoke outside my open patio because there's bloody more fires, says Kevin. Well, we had a massive fire here in Shincliffe in Durham yesterday. Massive fucking field went up in smoke, and there was a huge plume of smoke above the city centre. It's crazy. Mystical Wolf says oil isn't a dying resource; it regenerates. Oh, hello. It regenerates. What's this? According to newer scientific studies, wells have gone dry, then years later have been overflowing. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it regenerates, Mystical Wolf. I mean, there was only a set period during the Carboniferous period that oil could be made, and coal and gas, mostly. Well, gas comes from the oil, but mostly because after that, fungus was a thing. This was the time before fungus. Woo-hoo. And so if plant life died, it just created a dead layer of plant life, which got crushed under the Earth's crust. What's the bad word for it? It got covered over by layers of, sediments over the years, and created the carbon-based product that we know and hate today. But oil is finite, as is natural gas and coal. Yeah, we'll run out of it, which is one of the annoying things, that they want to just keep burning it, because humans are still going to need oil in 1,000 years' time. And these dickheads are going, oh, we still got oil for another 20 years, 30 years of oil, 40 years of oil. I'm like, and what about after that? We still need plastic. We'll still need plastic in the future. I'm just going off the things I've read. Very well could be dying, but some think otherwise. Yeah, but Mystical Wolf, the people who think otherwise are not qualified. They're not geologists. They're not scientists. They're just dickheads on the internet. Don't listen to them. Any old dickhead can have a YouTube channel and talk shit. Hello. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to the reports today about heat deaths. I mean, this is fucking crazy. Scientists estimate that 440 people died a day, each day, prematurely during the 3-day peak of June's heatwave in England and Wales. Another 2,200 heat-related deaths occurred between the 18th and the 28th of June, with another 550 estimated during May's heatwave. Researchers attributed approximately 38% of the June deaths and almost 60% of the May deaths to additional warming caused by, say it with me, climate change. Oh, well, we should say global heating. Global fucking boiling. Green MP Hannah Spencer, Hannah with a spanner, has been introducing legislation to establish an independent body responsible for recommending minimum safe workplace temperatures. I hope Labour picked that up and run with it. The TUC and Unison support a maximum of 30 degrees for most indoor work and 27 degrees for strenuous work. The proposal has got backing from Labour, SNP, Plaid Cymru and independent MPs. So that's good. Wouldn't put it through the cloud heads. What are the cloud heads? The cloud heads? Who are the cloud heads? I don't know who the cloud heads are. But yes, I didn't realise I haven't set up the confetti cannon. I will do that. It was Diz's birthday yesterday. I hope Diz had a spectacular birthday. And yeah, I'll just go get the confetti cannon loaded. There it is. It's loaded, ready. Loved Sam Neill in Dead Calm. Yeah. That was good. That was good. Anyone mentioned Tehran Horizon? Yes. Yes. Yeah. Black Dot did. We don't need eyes. Where we're going. Where we're going, we don't need eyes. That was the alternative ending to Back to the Future. So yeah, the Refugee Council estimates that 16,300 people have been prevented from applying to join relatives since the refugee family reunion route was suspended in September by our bloody Home Secretary, who I don't like very much. Its estimate includes 9,273 children and 5,835 women. The route allowed recognised refugees to bring spouses and children under 18 to the UK. Ministers originally indicated that the suspension would remain in place just until this spring this year, and then they just kept it going. Yeah, alternative community sponsorship, employment and study routes are initially expected to only accept several hundred people rather than several thousand, which is a bit shit. I was 19 in 1976. I remember the deaths back then. I'm pissed off at the twat saying we managed okay 50 years ago. Colin says, yeah, survivor bias, isn't it? Well, I didn't die. They do this with COVID as well. Well, I didn't die. Great, cool. Yes, we know. You know, there's no dead people going, oh, hang on, I'm dead on the internet. I start the week off. Thank you very much to Martin for the super chat, which starts the week off. That was brilliant. In the Mouth of Madness. That was a great Sam Neill film based on a book by... It was a Wes Craven film, wasn't it? In the Mouth of Madness, was it? I saw it at the cinema. I remember seeing it at the cinema. Near empty oil wells appear to fill up suddenly due to underground pressure, fluid migration, and gravity. Basically, sometimes small pockets of previously unknown oil partially refills them. I've just checked the Daily Mail. Not a single mention of the excess deaths from the heat waves in May and June, but plenty on Wimbledon, Widdicombe, the royal family, and Farage. Yeah. But yeah, oil does not regenerate. It will take millions of years, and plus we'd have to get rid of all the fungus because there was nothing to break down plant material in the Carboniferous. That's why it created so much carbon-based fuel. That's why we call it the Carboniferous, I think. Although one angry pagan will correct me here. I said, well, actually, Graham, it was during the Platatoid period of the Precambrian strata. John Carpenter, that was it. It was John Carpenter. Yeah, not Wes Anderson, Wes Streeting, Wes Craven, not Wes Craven, John Carpenter. Yeah, it was the one where he was a God, what happened in the Mouth of Madness? Wasn't he a writer? And he basically was trying to get his book published, but his book was making him go crazy. Was that the story? You find that a lot in Stephen King novels. The protagonist is nearly always a writer. Have you noticed that? It's because Stephen King, write what you know about. He knows about being a writer. Probably where the studies get their theories from. People are studying it today, though. Yara send plaques so Jesus won't heal his daddy's work. Thanks for that, Greg. Have you read Sutter Kane? Oh, yeah. That was the name of the author, wasn't it? In The Mouth of Madness. It was Sutter Kane. Was that the character that Sam Neill played? Listen, it was 20 years ago. 30 years ago. 30 years ago that movie came out. I think it was 1996, wasn't it? In The Mouth of Madness. Yes, that's the plot. driven mad by his own book or something. Simon Smith, NHS England and Wales have recorded 2,000 plus additional deaths during the 2003 heatwave. Yeah. It was association in Omen as Damien put me off him. But I was a kid and he felt disturbing to me. Jurassic Park, I began to like him. Well, Jurassic Park came out 30 years ago, so, plenty of time to start liking him. Stephen King's work is about himself. Yeah. There was no fungi in the Carboniferous. It wasn't a very fun time because there was no fungi to make it fun. So the trees fossilized into coal. The trees didn't rot down. King obviously got bored of his books. They all end suddenly. Well, we were talking about this the other day, that Stephen King can't finish books, can he? He was an insurance investigator investigating the disappearance of author Sutter Kane. Okay, yes, very good. Pete, that's what the story was. I mean, it was there somewhere in the back of my mind. I was like, it was about a writer and it was about this. I don't remember. John Carpenter. Morning, Kimberly, says Diz. Hello. Chris says, but those who are denying climate change are claiming the younger generations are snowflakes and the first to demand government assistance to afford AC. But they're the first to demand government assistance to afford AC. Well, yeah. I mean, the heat affects the elderly more than it affects the young. Well, it kills the elderly more than it kills the young. I suppose it affects us all. Stephen King is a brilliant trans ally. He is indeed. He's a top bloke, seemingly. Well, I mean, there was a period in the 80s when he was off his tits on cocaine and he made the movie Maximum Overdrive, the only film he ever directed. He should never do that again. But apart from that, he's been great. So, what else has been going on? New security funding for Jewish communities. The government will provide more than £250 million over 3 years to protect Jewish communities in England and Wales. More than 500 additional police officers were deployed around neighbourhoods, synagogues, schools and community centres. Around 300 will be assigned to London and 80 to Greater Manchester. The Metropolitan Police will receive £86 million, while £59 million will go to counter-terrorism policing. The package is additional to the £25 million announced after April's anti-Semitic stabbing in North London. So, at least one minority is getting the protection that it deserves. I really wish the trans community would get the protection that it deserves. I'm not saying that trans people need a bunch of coppers following them around, making sure they're all right. But, being able to just go out in public life and use the bog, I mean, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be nice? Assholes. Anyway, but yeah, at least that's a step in the right direction for one particular ethnic minority. More please. Okay, so in better news, the Hillsborough law is returning to Parliament. The remaining common stage of the Public Office Accountability Bill is scheduled for Tuesday. The legislation would introduce a legal duty for public authorities to cooperate honestly with investigations following disasters and serious public failures. Progress was delayed by a disagreement of how the duties should apply to MI5 and MI6 and GCHQ. Ministers have dropped a proposed amendment that would have allowed intelligence chiefs to decide whether information could be withheld on national security grounds. They got rid of that. The bill will move to the House of Lords if approved by MPs. The legislation follows the campaign for justice after 97 Liverpool supporters were unlawfully killed in Hillsborough in April of 1989. Now, well, they might all killed in April. Some died later, but yeah, we got 97 people died as a result of what happened at the Hillsborough Stadium. This is going to be this. Starmer's rushing this through. He wants this to be his legacy, his last thing that he does before he leaves office, and obviously this is tremendously supported by Andy Burnham, the incoming PM, who was the government minister in 2009, I think it was, who started really pushing for there to be a second Hillsborough inquiry, which culminated in 2016 with 97 unlawful killings registered. Unfortunately, no one ever got taken to task for it. No one got thrown in jail. PC Duckenworth, who was in Duckenfield, whatever the fuck his name is. He was in charge on the day, and he seems to have got away with it for some reason because he retired. Because he wasn't a cop anymore, so they went, oh, well, he's not a cop anymore, so we can't do him for these crimes that he committed while he was a cop. Fucking crazy. Andy Burnham is an Evertonian. He is indeed. Just to repeat, though, fungi had evolved by the carbon. I told you one angry pagan would correct me. Okay. Well, yeah, there was at least one fungi in the Carboniferous. You turn up like the Fonz in Happy Days, having the gents' toilets as his office. Come into my office, he'd say to the young men of the diner, of Al's diner. Friggs, Lufu, and I don't understand that. My youngest child suffered terrible with the weather over the weekend, says Ryan. Yeah. Everyone gets affected by it. It's really grim. Chris says, and heat affects young more than old generations, and children struggle to regulate their core temperatures. Yes, I appreciate that, but old people are more likely to die in the heat than young people. That's what I said. I sort of corrected myself. I said, well, actually, no, it does affect everyone. But yeah, when it comes to actual people carking it, it's usually the old. Correct, Graham. White rot fungi, which is known for breaking down woody plant material, hadn't evolved yet, nor had wood-boring arthropods, insects. Fungi had evolved by the coniferous, just not wood-eating. So the wrong kind of fungi on the track. That was the problem in the Carboniferous, and we ended up with all this oil, which I think we should leave in the ground as much as possible for future generations to use for shit. I think we need to stop burning it. Stop burning it. You don't need to. We've got alternatives now, which are much better. Really grim news about homelessness. It's projected to rise by 25%. Analysis by IPPR North and Crisis projects that the number of people owed homelessness assistance by English councils will rise from 182,000 to 231,000 by 2029-30 without major policy changes. That would mean approximately 50,000 more people becoming homeless. And a recorded 4,793 people were sleeping rough in England last summer. And the report proposed expanding Greater Manchester's a bed every night system nationally. This is something that I think Andy Burnham is going to get behind. This is probably why the report was. Yeah, I'm not saying it's suspicious timing, but the report has just come in just before the guy who ran the a bed every night scheme in Greater Manchester is about to become Prime Minister. So it recommends helping councils return long-term empty properties to use, which I really, really agree with. And English councils spent at least 1.3 billion on temporary accommodation in 2024-25, compared with 70 million in 2009-2010. So English councils went from spending 70 million 16 years ago, 70 million to 1.3 billion with a B on temporary accommodation. That is ridiculous and unsustainable. And we all know that we can house literally everybody who's on the streets because we did it during COVID. But one of the other things that Andy Burnham's talking about is bringing in a land value tax, which I completely agree with, which means that people won't just buy up lots of houses and leave them empty because they'll be losing money on them if they do that. And it will also encourage people who have a big fuck-off house to and live alone to downsize. But at the moment, there's stamp duty now. Andy Burnham's talked about getting rid of stamp duty. So get rid of stamp duty, which is payable, if your house is worth more than X amount that you're buying. There's a proviso for if it's your first house, if it's your first home, you don't have to pay stamp duty on it up to a certain value, I don't think. But it is a disincentive to downsize. Because effectively, you're going to get hit by a £20,000 charge if you downsize, whereas the land value tax you're paying every year instead of council tax, which council tax amazingly regressive tax. Why people living in terraced houses here in Durham are paying more for their council tax than people who live in like some of the poshest areas, like Belgravia in London. They're living in these £20 million fucking homes, or they're not even living there. Some of them, but their council tax is like fuck all. It's like £1,000 a year or something. Tax ghost houses and apartments. Yeah, yeah. Tax them double, tax them triple, tax them to the hills. I hate Donald Trump with a vengeance, says Karen. Yeah, so do I. Hope the Grim Reaper finally finds him in the bloody claw grab machine. Is Trump even in this thing? Is Andy Burnham a highly evolved political fun guy? See what he did there. He gave an award Andy Burnham gave an award this weekend to James at a a music thing, and he was there and he was wearing trainers, and he said, "Oh, James, they sit down, and in generation of kids wreck their going out clothes because they sat down on the beer soaked floor." Oh, God, yes. Yes, I was like watching it going, yep, we all did when they played "Sit Down" by James, and just the presentation of it, it's worth looking at because it's something that Farage couldn't do. Keir Starmer couldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? Like Keir Starmer go, "Oh no, they're going to have a thing for James. James are going to get an award. Hello, James. I really like you." But yeah, I think that there is coming a time, maybe we'll see, but because Andy Burnham is very much approachable, unlike Starmer, but also he wants to work across parties, unlike Farage. I think that he might get through to people. I think people might say, "Oh, I don't like Labour, but I like that. I like Andy Burnham. He tells it like it is. He's a nice bloke. He tells it like it is. He's a nice bloke." And there are some people out there who fucking hate Andy Burnham. Like, I've got someone on my Facebook, Facebook friends who absolutely despises him and is on a one-person campaign to try and bring Keir Starmer back or something, or not let Keir Starmer resign. Or so I was just like, what? At the end of the day, I've got to drop all the cliches on it. At the end of the day, the sun goes down. At the end of the day, Keir Starmer is about as popular as a fart in a lift. Okay, he's not popular, and to win, unfortunately, in politics, you need to be a bit popular. You can't just be a nice man and decent at your job. You've got to be popular, and that's something that came and bit Keir Starmer on the arse, and also bit Gordon Brown on the arse as well. You have to be popular. The oil in the North Sea, though, is trapped in rock that ranges from 145 to 65 million years ago. Jurassic, Cretaceous, Paleogene, during the Mesozoic, hundreds of millions of years after the Carboniferous. But it's trapped. You're talking about the rock. The rock is from that period. Yes. I just hope the next producer strips everything from Trump, from society. Trump deserves obscurity other than history books. What he's had permission granted to build his Ark to fucking Trump. So that's going to get built with its tacky golden Statue of Liberty with wings on top of it. Jesus Christ. Everything about what he does is so fucking tacky. Have you seen how he's doing up his the West Wing? Have you seen this? Not the West Wing. Yeah, the West Wing. Is it the presidential avenue of people? Let's have a look. I've got a picture of it here. I will share it with you. I mean, this is just such fucking tack. It's kind of hilariously tacky. It looks like a shit wedding venue. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just so. It's just so bad. It's just so fucking bad. Let's have a look. Okay, here we go. Have a look at this. I'll make it bigger. Look at the state of that. What the fuck? What the fucking fuck? Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. It's just embarrassing. It is absolutely gross. It is just so fucking grim. It gets worse, by the way. There's another image that I'll share with you. Hang on a sec. I'll share with you here. If we just get rid of this one. Look at this. Look at this. What the fuck? Buffet, restrooms, buffet toilets. He's got a sign for the toilets in gold. And then he's got it in capitals next to this kind of swirly font next to it for buffet going that way. And the West Wing is written in this horrific, wedding card font from a Hallmark fucking wedding card. It's so disgusting. He's so tacky. He's got no fucking taste at all. No taste, no decorum, no manners. He's just not a decent person on any level. There's nothing about him that's like, he doesn't have an eye for like anything that looks good. He just wants everything to be tacky and gold and look like, this shite fucking view of the world. It is trailer trash chic that he's into. That's just fucking embarrassing. Trump has no class, Steve says, lol, screams, I live, life, love. Yes, it does. It does indeed, Steve. Badenoch the school snitch, says Kevin. Yeah, fucking hell. Do you remember when she did that interview and she was like, yeah, I grassed on them and then I wasn't very popular for being a grass. And I'm like, yeah, of course you weren't. No one likes a grass, you fucking idiot. In fact, most of the word's oil comes from the Cretaceous era rock formations. Also, the biological material that became the oil is as old as the rock formation, not older. Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go. So I was wrong about it being from the Carboniferous period. See, I'm wrong about everything. I don't know why I bother. I don't just go back to bed. Anyway, extra staff for Channel border controls. Britain and France have agreed to increase staffing at Dover, Folkestone, and London St Pancras ahead of the summer holiday period. The UK government is providing £20 million to increase vehicle processing capability and reduce congestion. Of £20 million that can't be spent on hospitals or schools or mental health support because we're spending it on this Brexit shit. This Brexit shit that would not be essential had it not been for Brexit. This Brexit shit. That's why it's shit, and it's from Brexit. This is the Brexit dividends. There we go. Paying again. Fingerprint and facial recognition kiosks used for the EU entry-exit system are not operating properly, and French officials are therefore registering some car passengers manually. Dover expects approximately 12,000 cars a day next weekend, more than 3 times its normal traffic. Similar checks caused delays of up to 4.5 hours during the May half-term holiday, and the EU has refused requests to suspend this ridiculous system. For the summer, which is, it's fine. It's their territory. It's their fucking land. We can't have any say over it. We left. We said we didn't want to have a say. We said we wanted to be a rule taker and not a rule maker. That's what we said. Yeah. That's what I said. I do wish Andy B was more Dock Road socialist than a rather nice, mildly ambitious, musically aware, centre-left maintainer of a system that sustains the tax-free, super wealthy and tech lords. Well, we don't know yet, Kimberly, because he hasn't become prime minister yet. But he's making noises that I agree with on things like that close to my heart, like what dementia patients not having to have their fucking be declared bankrupt before they get any free help from the system. And the thing is, if he was more of a Dock Road socialist, he wouldn't get elected. And we've got to be realistic about this, and we need to talk about the fact that political parties are not pressure groups. We keep thinking they're pressure groups. They're not. They're political parties. If you don't want to be in power and don't have to make these difficult decisions about this horrible stuff going on in the world, Gaza, Trident, fucking nuclear power, climate change, upping the grid, HS2. If you just want to sort of look at the one thing that you particularly care about, it's just your particular interest, then join a pressure group, make a pressure group. I've got friends that rejoin EU, the political party, and I just feel like, why is it a party? It's got one thing that it wants to do. I don't know. I mean, I can't quite believe that UKIP is still going because they got what they wanted. They were a pressure group, tried to pressure the government in the right direction. But I can't see Refuck being ready for government in 3 years' time. I can't see the Greens being ready for government in 3 years' time. I just can't. Maybe they'll turn things around, but at the moment, when Refuck is asked about what its foreign policy is, there's no answer. They don't know. Layla Cunningham was asked straight up last week by Kristen Guru Murphy, what are your foreign policy? Well, what is your foreign policy? And she's like, oh well, we haven't. It's like you're not a government in waiting. You're just a pressure group who wants what? Fewer boats coming over? Well, we got that. Labour's done that. Fewer immigrants? Labour's done that as well. What else do you want? Want everyone to stop being so woke. Here in Durham, we've got a city council that doesn't believe in that doesn't believe in climate change. And we just had a fucking massive wildfire on the outskirts of the city centre here in Durham. And the council's like, no, nothing to see here. Perfectly normal for wildfires this far north. I'm cautiously hopeful of Andy Burnham, but then I'm a cautiously hopeful person. Yeah, so am I. But I think there's a lot of people, especially people on the left, who they just hate him already, and they won't give him a fucking chance. These are the same people who went on and on at me to give other people chances, even though they kept losing elections. But if it's someone that they don't like, then there's no benefit of the doubt at all. No benefit of the doubt. It's just, this guy's a cunt. I fucking hate him. I hope he fucking, just falls off a cliff, that bastard. And it's like, okay. So we're not even going to give him a day in office. No, he can fuck off. He's stabbed Keir Starmer in the back. No, do you know who stabbed Keir Starmer in the back? Keir fucking Starmer, for being a bit shit. All right? I voted for him to be leader of the Labour Party. I did. I voted for him. And I was quite happy when Labour won a fucking resounding majority with over 400 seats won across the country. 400 seats won across the country. They went up by what, 200 seats? They won 200 extra fucking seats. They doubled their seat share in Parliament 2 years ago. I was quite happy about that. I was not happy about a lot of the stuff that happened afterwards. I was happy about the workers' rights coming in. I was happy about the renters' rights, even though neither of those things really affect me. I work for myself. I don't rent. But good for society. Great stuff. Sure start centres starting again and all that kind of stuff. Great. But Keir Starmer made some fucking big mistakes. Some absolute fucking howlers. The winter fuel allowance. Pissed off the pensioners. Can't do that. Can't do that, Keir. Big, massive fucking U-turn. His treatment of the trans community. Massive fucking U-turn. He went from saying trans women are women to saying, trans women shouldn't be allowed to go for a piss. What? Hey? What? So no, he Keir Starmer was hoisted by his own petard, and he took himself out. And then who else do we have in Labour who cannot possibly be as popular as that Labour need to be in order to win the next election? And it's Andy Burnham. There's the maths. There's the political maths for you. There you go. Starmer proceeds to sideshow Bob as much rakes as possible after the election. That's a very good way of putting it, Faves. It very much was sideshow Bob and his rakes. Andy Burnham is answering a calling. He was happy being Manchester mayor. Says Pete Dancat. Yes, from what I know from the inside of it, people were begging him. People were in Labour were begging him, please, Andy, will you come and be our leader because our current leader is a bit shit. And he's just not connecting with people. And Keir Starmer, he is a nice guy. And when he lets his guard down and he's just having a normal chat with you, like he's a normal fucking person, he is quite, amiable and he comes across really well. But when he's standing in front of the fucking cameras and he looks like a rabbit in headlights, it's just... I had that one chance, didn't he, where he gave that speech and it was just so technocratic and boring and shite, and it was just like, come on, man, this is your chance to have like a bit of a Churchill moment and raise the morale of the troops. But no, we didn't get that. The people on the left opposed to electable Labour leaders want the perfect to be the enemy of the good. I speak as one who is not a fan of Andy Burnham. Yeah, and we need to stop doing that. We really need to just take a step back and go, look, being in government is fucking complex. And yeah, they will fuck up. We know they'll fuck up, all right? So don't scream and shout when they do fuck up. Like, oh my God, I never expected you to fuck up. Kind of expect it. It will happen. But the questions you need to ask are, did they do some good things that outweigh the bad things? Was the scale of their fuck up compatible with the fuck ups of other leaders? And when it comes to the best prime ministers of this century, I would say all three of them were Labour. I just would. I mean, the worst, you couldn't get much worse than Liz Truss. She was in the office for like 44 days or something, and then she managed to wreck the economy in those 44 days. Unbelievable. And she was absolutely shit. Kevin, we don't use the Z word on this channel because that you've just used there because it means different things to different people. So we've gone through this a million times already, but I guess you weren't there for this. But we try not to use the Z word because people use it as an excuse to do horrible things on both sides. Starmer will end up like Major down the line, elder statesman who pops up every now and again in interviews and makes you think, were they really that bad? Yeah. I mean, Major won an election and Starmer won an election. I don't know. They both won elections, which is more than they can say for, Rishi Sunak or what's her name, Liz Truss, or even Gordon Brown. I think he was a great chancellor. I don't think he should have been prime minister. I think he fucked us by becoming prime minister. I don't know why he decided that would be a good idea. It was a calling above his capabilities, not in terms of behind the scenes being able to negotiate deals and get his policies through, but in terms of just being able to stand in front of the cameras and not make people want to fucking top themselves. He turned up and he just looked so sad. He just looked so sad all the time, didn't he, Gordon Brown? Just turn up and go, well, it's going to be... It's just this dour Scotsman. And, I'm sure he's a lovely guy in real life. And, he has a good sense of humour or whatever. Just didn't come across on camera. He just came across as fucking sad sack, from the Raggy Dolls. It was just like, oh, okay. Oh, here he is again. Here's our Prime Minister. Like fucking Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. He'll turn up and say... Well, I just want you to all know I'm feeling very depressed. Life. Don't talk to me about life. Viper Scott, thank you very much for the 21 months worth of membership. You're a very, very cool person. Thank you. That is very kind for being along with the show for all this time. Thank you, Viper Scott. You are the best. Hi, all just listening as working. Hi, Graham. Hi, chat. Oh, that's really nice, Alistair. That's really nice. Dizzers happy birthday yesterday, says Viper Scott. Oh, Viper Scott, you're a legend. Thank you. Thank you very much for the super chat. That's very kind. Hi, Ven. Please take care of yourself. Nothing is worth putting yourself in hospital over. Yes, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Truss also killed the Queen. Truss's toxic killer breath. Well, I've got my own theory in this. I think the Queen was hanging on until Boris Johnson wasn't the Prime Minister anymore. She was like, I don't want him to be Prime Minister anymore. That would be the worst. That would be the worst. Right, bad to listening. Right, see you later, Viper Scott. Thank you. You know what makes me really bad? They clean me with a Brillo pad, says Cuthbert. That's fair enough. No one wants that. So it's not just me who thinks of the Stranglers' biggest hit. Golden brown, texture like sun. Is that the words? Is it texture like sun? Brings me down with the no need to frown with Gordon Brown. Well, actually, now that you've said it, all he did was frown. All he did is frown. Yes. Someone's going to correct me now with the correct lyrics for the Stranglers' Golden Brown, which was about drugs. It was about drugs. It was about drugs. Like Ebenezer Good was about drugs. Meanwhile, workplace disciplinary cases, the cost of them has skyrocketed to 28.5 billion. 28.5 billion pounds. UK employers conduct around 1.7 million disciplinary cases annually. ACAS estimates that resulting resignations, dismissals, and related disruption cost the economy £28.5 billion a year. The Faculty of Public Health says formal procedures are often prioritised over employee welfare. A system introduced by Anora Bevan University Health Board treats formal investigation as a last resort. That approach reduced investigations by 71%, preventing more than 3,000 staff sickness days and saved at least £700,000 annually. But over the course of a year, for all of the the related disruption to as a result of resignations and dismissals, so 28.5 billion a year. That is just fucking crazy. Meanwhile, Russia has suspended shipping, not through the Strait of Hormuz, but along the Don Azov Channel. This is Russia temporarily halting traffic through the waterway connecting the Don River with the Sea of Azov, which theoretically allows you to take a ship from the Caspian along the Don into the Sea of Azov, which then links to the Black Sea, which then allows you to get into the Mediterranean, and eventually you might get into the Atlantic. It's a bit of a mission. I think. I don't think all ships can do this mission, but it is possibly possible to take a ship from the Caspian to the Mediterranean. If someone wants to look that up, the logistics behind that, and tell me if there is a weir in the way, or if there's a dam, or if there's some beavers, let me know. The suspension follows Ukrainian attacks on 13 Russian vessels, including 10 tankers, going through along the Don River to the Sea of Azov. Shipping companies were told that an application to pass through the Kerch Strait would not be accepted. No date was given for reopening the route, and up to a quarter of Russian wheat exports travel through the Sea of Azov. A quarter of their exports. European wheat prices rose as much as 4% to a six-week high, following reports of the closure. Not great. Russia is really insistent on destroying itself, isn't it? Yes. Yeah. Well, not Russia. It's Vladimir Putin. Let's be straight on this. It's Vladimir Putin. He's just what we call a gobshite. Anyway, what else have we got in here? Russia is Midsummer Night's Dream is my favorite Stranglers track. Is it your favorite Shakespeare play though? Is it? We need to know. Inquiring minds need to know. So, what else has been going on this weekend? Well, Lindsey Graham fucking carked it, didn't he? And we're all very careful not to make any light of the matter in case it turns out that he was horribly murdered. I'm not falling for that one again. The police have been warning that Anne Widdecombe murder speculation is unhelpful and distressing. I've mentioned the US launching new wave of strikes as Tehran says diplomacy has proven futile, and the mastermind of the 88 million euro Louvre heist thought they could have taken more. Wowzers, Strousers. The two men suspected of making off with 88 million euros worth of crown jewels from the Louvre Museum in Paris last October have reportedly told investigators that the alleged mastermind behind the house heist was disappointed by the haul and thought they could have taken more. Wow. Police warn Widdecombe murder speculation. I've read that one. I met Gordon Brown's wife at Cayley in a church hall at Burnt Island, Fife. She was very pleasant. Yeah, no, I mean, look, I'm not saying that he's not a good guy. I think Gordon Brown is a good guy, probably one of the best prime ministers we've had this century, but that's not saying much. But unfortunately, he was very much the person that you want behind the scenes, not the person not the front man of the band. Do you know what I mean? Like, think of politics like music. Okay, who do you want to be your front man? If you get someone front woman. If you get someone who's really, really good, right? And Blair, very divisive, and obviously fucked up badly with Iraq, but he was a very good front man. He just fucking was. The Margaret Thatcher, I fucking hate her, but she was a very good front woman for the Conservatives. She won 3 elections. Tony Blair won 3 elections. And it's all very well and good. Spending all your fucking time going, I want this to happen, I want this to happen. None of it is even going to, you're not going to get 1% of what you want unless a government that is likely to bring in those things is in power. And the Tory government, successive Tory governments, do the opposite. All they know how to do is to destroy, to take things away that other people have built. Whether it's sure start centres or seat at the EU. They just want to take things away. And now the latest wheeze is they want to take us out of the European Convention of Human Rights, and they also want to take us get rid of all our net zero obligations. Like, why? We make so much money out of our renewables. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So yeah, there's a report in the Guardian about life in the garbage mountains of the world's biggest city. Indonesia's government is grappling with how to manage waste at Bantar Gebang, Jakarta's largest landfill, which supports the livelihoods of thousands of waste pickers. Jesus Christ! Now, one of the things that really upset me when I went to visit the Komodo dragons in Indonesia is when we were taking the boat over, the water on the way from where I was on Flores Island over to Rinku, which is one of the islands that has Komodo dragons on it. It was just full of trash. It was just absolutely full of fucking trash. It was so grim. There was just rubbish floating everywhere, as far as the eye could see. I mean, the boat is making its way through rubbish in order to get us to the. I saw like plastic bottles and plastic shit and plastic bags and plastic. Andrew, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Did you watch Rachel Reese's Laura Kay interview? Should she stay should she stay as Chancellor of the Exchequer with Burnham changes? I wouldn't be surprised if Burnham decided to keep her. However, I wouldn't keep her just because she's been very unpopular. And I don't know how she's going to get around that in the future. You know, one of the things in politics or in life is once someone decides they don't like someone, that's it, isn't it? Shut them out of their life and I'm going to fucking ghost you. And you know what people are like. They're like, oh, you did this one thing. You know, years of friendship, they mean nothing because you did this one thing to upset me and you can fuck off forever. I think we've all been victims of that mentality. But yeah, we do this particularly to politicians because we don't know them personally, so who gives a fuck? So yeah. I'm off the argument that a government that does one thing you might like is better than one that doesn't. Hot rings hollow right now. I'm getting stressed out again. Oh, Ren, please don't get stressed out. I wasn't talking about the war on trans people. I mean, the fucking all the parties are in for that at the moment. Although hopefully Andy Burnham will pull back on some of the more fucking outrage. Well, actually, I hope he pulls back on all of it. Andy Burnham has been known as a friend to the LGBTQ plus community, especially in Manchester. Obviously, Canal Street and the Canal Street area in Manchester is a big part of Manchester life. Hopefully, he can bring things back from the brink. But yeah, I understand how you feel, Gallifreyan. If you're still watching, take care. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you by saying that. I have resting bitch face, says Diz. Okay. It's a random thing to shout out in the middle of this. Alan Barker says it's true. It's time we sat down and tried to come up with a way of having competent leaders instead of personalities. Maybe not possible, but worth trying. No, Alan, we live in a democratic society. This is the system that we've built for ourselves, and it's imperfect. It's madly imperfect. It fucks up. It makes mistakes. It's organic. It's made by humans. Humans are fuck ups. They make mistakes. They fuck things up all the time. They say the wrong thing. They do the wrong thing. They do something thinking that's the right thing to do in a given situation. It turns out no, it wasn't. It was absolutely the wrong thing to do in that situation. And I think a lot of us get stressed out by it because in our lives, we make one fuck up. You know, we fall in love with the wrong person, for instance, and that can fuck the rest of our lives. Whereas the rich, they can make fuck up after fuck up after fuck up, and they just keep failing upwards, which is mildly annoying. He said he doesn't intend on changing the guidance. He's probably nervous about being in a docilely conservative seat, but it still sucks. Has he said that he doesn't intend on changing the guidance? Well, then we need to put loads of pressure on him. Ella's got the good law petition there, which hopefully will be presented to Andy Burnham to show the force of sentiment on this. I don't know why it's not giving me a chance to turn this into a pinned message. There you go. Okay, so that message pinned there on the screen, but obviously it's on the side of the screen for people watching this at home. It is the Good Law Project petition. Please give it a sign if you can. To say that you stand with trans people. 14,456 people have signed so far. please sign up. Because it is that there is a concerted effort to make life miserable for trans people, and as soon as they're finished doing that, they'll move on to the next group, which will be lesbians, gay people, bisexual people. Then it'll be black people, brown people, Jewish people, Muslim people, and then it'll be Catholics because they're in a minority, aren't they? Then it'll be Mormons. Then it'll be Seventh-day Advent hoppists. No, that's timing. Yeah. Fun fact, it's suspected that the Komodo dragons are actually an example of island dwarfism. Ooh, so they used to be a lot bigger. Well, the cave in Flores Island. So just a little bit of geography for you here. Along the bottom of Indonesia, you've got a bunch of islands kind of in a row going east-west, right? Or west-east, depending on which direction you're going. But you've got Jakarta, and then you've got like little islands that next to it. You've got Sumbawa or something like that, and then you've got Komodo, and then you've got Rinku, and then right next to that you've got Flores, and Flores was the island where they found the little hobbit people. Then they think that there was a completely separate species of human that lived on this island of Flores, who over millions of years became smaller. They're basically hobbits. Because the island dwarfism, you don't need to be as big on an island to defend against predators because you have fewer predators, but also there's fewer resources on an island, and therefore it makes sense for things to be smaller because then you don't need so much food each day, you don't need so much resources. So there you go. So back to the news today. Where are we? So Lindsey Graham's death. Lindsey Graham carked it. Sam Neill's gone. There is the final four are set for the World Cup, and England is one of them once again, which is kind of cool. And Jannik Sinner won the men's tennis. And Linda Noskova won for the women's in an all Czech final. All Czech. Listening at Graham at 0.75 speed does make him sound nicely stoned. Has Burnham promised urgent change of electoral system for PR? No, he said he does want to bring in electoral reform. I don't think they've got time. I don't think they've got time before the next election to bring in a new electoral system. And plus, I don't think that they have the mandate to do it because it wasn't expressly in the manifesto of 2024. So I don't think they can. I don't know if it's going to be a priority as well, because I know that us politics wonks really, really want a better system of representation other than, the stupid first past the post system that we've got, which is fundamentally unfair. I don't know if Andy wants to go that far within this parliament. I think it's probably going to be something to put onto the 2029 manifesto. And there's going to be a lot of stuff that we want in the 2029 manifesto. Dermot Moynihan, he went as well, didn't he? The news presenter. It's been like I said, the Grim Reaper's been having a bit of a spell this weekend, hasn't he? And I just want to talk about something as well, because there's been a lot of criticism for Harry Kane, because it came out the other day that he went for a round of golf with Donald Trump. Because how could you go for a round of golf with Donald Trump? I'm going to say this now, right? I fucking hate Donald Trump. If he drops dead tomorrow, I will fucking party like it's 1999. I fucking hate him with every fucking bit of moral fiber in my fucking body, right? I would play golf with him if I was in Harry Kane's position. Let me explain this, right? The England being in the World Cup has thrown a lifeline to struggling pubs all over the country. England being in the World Cup, England getting to the semi-finals has generated fuckloads of money in this country, for this country, right? That wouldn't be generated if we hadn't got this far. And Trump has a lot of power over fucking FIFA, doesn't he? Because he can say, hey, you know that red card that American player got? Well, he doesn't have to really do the punishment for that for a year. The whole point of not being able to play the next game, right? When you get a red card, is so at the end of each match, when there's only like a couple of minutes left, you don't go around hacking the shins of every other fucking player or trying to fucking headbutt them, down to the ground to take them out. Go on, quick, take out the star striker of the other team. That'll learn them. You can't do that. Well, you can, I suppose, but you'll get a 1-match ban. Or in the case of the English defender who got a 2-match ban, couldn't get it overturned by Trump. So Trump's president of the United States. He says, he's going to be president of the United States, whatever. And he says, do you want to go play golf with me? I'm the star fucking striker for the England team. I would go, fucking hell. And I would go and do it. And I'll be shit at golf because I'm shit at golf. And I'll be going, oh, yeah, very good for an old man. Yeah, whatever. And I'll just do it. I'll grin and bear it. And that's the thing. I'm so glad I never have to make that decision. I'm so glad I never have to do that kind of thing. But it reminds me of Peter Jackson taking on The Hobbit when he really didn't want to. He didn't have enough prep time. It was going to be shit. He knew it was going to be shit. But if he said no, New Line Cinema, we're going to take it to the Czech Republic to make. And thousands and thousands of Kiwis would not get the money, the work for the years that they were working on that project. So what do? You bite the bullet and you go, yeah, all right, I'll have to do this horrible thing with this horrible person. Because that's fucking diplomacy, isn't it? That's business. That's, you do what you got to do. And so I do feel like Slot saying, oh, you fucking knobhead Harry Kane, what are you doing going for play fucking golf with that gobshite? I get why he did. I'd feel really shit about it, but that's just me. I'll play golf with Trump, and I'll bitch at him the entire time. Well, that's the thing. You just have to smile and nod. You couldn't even tell him he was a cunt to his face, which would be so much fun. I'll play golf with Trump, for fuck's sake. I loathe him, but I would. I'll play golf with him. Golf courses can be dangerous places. People get hit with balls and golf clubs all the time. Yeah. One of my mates got in touch with me yesterday as a suggestion for a topic to talk about on the live stream. Look at the golf courses. Tax golf to the fucking hilt. The use of water and good land for golf outstrips solar farms in this country. Most of them already pay VAT, but there's 1,200 golf courses in the southeast using loads of fucking prime fucking land that could be used to build on, or could be used to make up a nice park for people. Normal people to be able to go and use, but no, the rich elites, the people who can afford to play golf, need their golf courses. Okay, fine, tax them. Tax luxuries. Tax the things that we don't really need, because they're using loads and loads and loads of water. And when we have a water restriction, when we have a hosepipe ban, golf courses are exempt. So there you go. And when you say, oh, but I like playing golf, Graham, fuck off. I like playing golf. Well, just drive a bit further to the next golf course along. You've got thousands of them over the country. I mean, sure, you can find one nearby. Meanwhile, there are no swimming pools. I'm okay with third spaces in some places, hospital, prison, etc., safer and already outed to a degree. I don't want to be near turfs in these places. It's the day-to-day life stuff that's problematic. Yeah, I understand that, Al. Has Andy Burnham asked you and Phil to become advisors? And if so, what's your first proposal? Very curious. Andy definitely hasn't asked me. I don't know about Phil, but I don't think he's asked Phil either. Regan's in the chat. Hello, Regan. How you doing? It would improve your game if it cost £1,000 for every lost ball. Could be used for farmland. Yeah. It could be used for a lot of things. I'm just saying, there's tax in then courses. Meanwhile, what is happening? Apparently, the gimp man of Essex is thinking of running against Nigel Farage. um, yeah. England, Egypt was robbed just like their national treasures. Very true. Very true. I mean, I'm a bit concerned about us playing against a stacked deck in against Argentina in the next match, which is going to take place on Wednesday. I am concerned. I am genuinely concerned about that. But I'm hoping against hope that England will prevail. Oh, we will see. We will see. It's kind of weird for me. I mean, the years I grew up watching England, we were shit. We only got so far, and then we got knocked back, and then we didn't even qualify in '94. And the last time it was in the USA, we didn't qualify for the Euros and the noughties. We did, we didn't get very far. We got knocked out by the likes of fucking Iceland and shit. It was painful. But the last 8 years, England have been pretty good. We got into last four in multiple World Cups, multiple Euros. So yeah, it's all good. Although then we did lose to Croatia, didn't we? In the Euros, we lost to Croatia. It's crazy. Argentina haven't played well this tournament. No, they really haven't, but they've had all of the ref decisions go their way. They've not got yellow cards when they should have got yellow cards. They've had VAR disallow a goal for the team that they were playing, but didn't disallow for the goal that they scored under exactly the same circumstances, etc. But then again, we're not ones to talk because we had the wire of God the other day when the ball went up in the air and seemed to hit one of the cables that's being used for the spider cam. Lost his knickers in a frying pan. The spider cam cable got hit by the ball and it just dropped at the feet of an England player who then just, knocked it forward to Jude Bellingham to get into the fucking goal. Happy days. Happy days. Tommy Tuchel is kicking our asses into the final. Yeah. To be fair, Graham, it was a stacked deck against us in Mexico. It really was. It really was. But Mexico aren't that good a team, Isn't it funny how things work out, though? England, France, Spain, Argentina, the last four teams in this round ball Earth trophy competition. All of them are the top four seeded. The seeds, what are they called? The top four ranked teams in the world. Heard that the last four in the World Cup was set up by FIFA to improve its image as the top in the FIFA rankings and the teams in the semi-finals. Yes, that's what I just said. Yeah, they are the top. According to FIFA's rankings, they are the top four teams, and all four top teams have made it into the semi-finals. Does whatever a spider can. Yeah. Norway was robbed. Says blah blah CW. I don't think Norway was robbed. That was a good match. I think Norway did really fucking well. And had a good attitude. I like their attitude. Paraguay, on the other hand, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Paraguay were just horrible. This is fucking horrible. I hope we don't have to ever play them in the future. Hand of God can't happen again because of VAR. Yeah. But then there was this funny video of where was it? Let me see. The hand of God. Where was it? Okay. I want to how do I download this? How do I download this video? Let me download you. There it is. There we go. Here's what really happens with the cable. The cable images, if you've not seen this. So ball goes up, right? Goes up into the air, and this goes into the air, and then what's this? What's this right here? What is this? And the ball drops to the ground to the feet of an England player. That's quite fun. I like that. There you go. What else have we got going on here? Argentina are top, so they're going to win the cup, possibly. Haaland was dirty as fuck in that last match. What? Well, he did push someone over. He did. That's true. But he seemed like he was having a nice time when he pushed them over. But the goal got disallowed because he pushed someone over, didn't he? Yeah. Javier Milei equals Trump's friend, FIFA manipulator, etc. Talking about Argentina. Yeah. But, I mean, they can win the World Cup. They won it last time, but they're never going to win back the Falkland Islands. No, the Mars. Fuck off. The mania in Argentina about the fucking Falkland Islands, like, it is just their birth fucking story. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's their Declaration of Independence. It's their Bill of Rights. It's their Second Amendment thing. They just bang on about it all the fucking time, and everyone else in the world is like, why do you give a fuck? There's nothing there. Just a couple of fucking penguins and a few sheep. Fuck off. No, but we were there. We were originally there. You fucking weren't. Fuck off. You're all a bunch of fucking tourists. Like, I mean, we've got some grounds to say that the people of Diego Garcia and the British Indian Overseas Territory Islands in the Chagos Archipelago, we can say that they were there a long time. You know, they were there before Whitey turned up, right? The Falkland Islands, it's terras nullius. No fucker lived there. No fucker lived there. Someone turned up and put a flag down, and then someone else turned up to put a different flag down, and then someone else put... Who gives a fuck? The people who lived there want to be British. For whatever stupid reason, they want to be British. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, they can fuck off, the RGs. When it comes to the Alice Malvinas, oh, go on, cry some more for me. Go on, cry some more. Of all the shit things that Britain's done in history, and there are a lot of shit things Britain's done in its history, I think the Alice Malvinas thing is like, really? Is that it? Is that all? Tuchel had a secret Haaland cure for England because there is a defender for Newcastle in the squad who Haaland has never scored a goal off. Of course, he started. Indeed, I think it's going to be a messy game, says Sarah. Very good, Sarah. I see what you've done there. It's Messi's last tournament, isn't it? He's retiring after this. He's like 39 years old or something mad now, isn't he? I think this is it. I think this is it for him. He's too old. He's got to retire. Still fucking younger than me. There's a Welsh colony in Argentina. There is at Patagonia. They speak Welsh. It's that time. Laters, thank you for the company. It's appreciated and needed. Have the best day available to you and take the best care. Laters. Bye. Last missionary. Bye. Wasn't that the one of the guys from Chips? Lol. I don't know. There was a Spider-Man on Windermere on Saturday riding an electric surfboard. Beautiful. 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 Fucking do it. Fucking do it. Good stuff. All good stuff. Right. So, yes, indeed. We've got loads more Count Binface memes that have been going around. Here are some of my. There's another one of my favorites. This is nice. I mean that it's all a bit too AI generated for me, but for my liking. But there you go. Stop the bungs. Vote Binface to clean up Clacton. It's good, that, isn't it? Should we go over to the papers? See what the papers say. First of all, we've got the Daily Star here. He used to jinx us, but it's all over now. This is to do with Mick Jagger turning up to watch the football, and apparently that used to be a jinx. Haaland there. Hal backs the Three Lions, and he's giving Jude Bellingham a hug there. See there? It looks like Jude Bellingham he's the one who's lost the game, but no, Jude Bellingham won the game. There you go. They're mates. Anyway, whatever. We've got the Times here. Widdicombe killer drove 300 miles with weapon. That's fucking... What the fuck is going on here? This is just bizarre. Like, what? I mean, I understand the police saying, "Oh, can everyone just calm down a bit on this?" But, like, at the same time, you're looking at it going, like, what? If it's not political, what the fuck was going on? Immigration reforms could be scaled back. Up to 1.6 million migrants could get indefinite leave to remain after 5 years instead of 10, but they would face waiting longer to qualify for benefits. We'll have to see. Fears over EU queues, deaths after prison. More than one person dies every day in the year after leaving prison. Report that lays bare the lack of support for offenders once they're released. Bloody hell. Farage losing support. 6 in 10 voters believe Nigel Farage behaved incorrectly over undeclared gifts from wealthy benefactors, and only half of Reform voters back him. Only half of refuck voters, half of the people who vote for his party, that is basically an extension of himself. Yeah. Shut is straight. Straight is shut again. Shut is straight again. No, straight is shut again. And this is about the straight from us. Not a chance. Hummels opens. Social media warning. Labour's social media ban for under 16s is an existential threat to tech companies who may inadvertently be caught in the crossfire, industry figures have warned. And Baz balls out. Andy Flower is the leading candidate to replace Brendan McCullum as England's Test cricket coach. Cool. I don't really know much about cricket. Been to see the cricket. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. You know, you just sit there and get really, 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 really drunk. Great days. Next up, we have the Daily Telegraph here. Jude's pop at Tuchel is just what England needs. What? Wardrobe wildcards to try this summer. Okay. And then we've got Widdicombe. Suspect drove 300 miles to her house. Wasn't that the cover? Wasn't that on the Times? Okay. And then we've got Burnham's plan for £38 billion tax raid. Well, that paid for us to leave the EU, didn't it? So let's go there. Andy Burnham is expected to launch a £38 billion tax raid on the wealthy. Got a message to you, wealthy people. Hey, wealthy people, cry harder. No, really, cry harder. Thanks. Okay, and then we've got British Falkland residents. British Falkland residents are artificial, claims Argentina. Fuck off, Argentina. You're not having them. The people who live there want to be British, right? And before it wasn't like there was a tribe of Aboriginal Argentinians who lived on this fucking island in the middle of the freezing cold fucking rain-soaked island rock in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, the South Atlantic Ocean at that. And fuck off. Just leave it alone. Just stop going on about it. But they do this, and Millie, the leader of Argentina, will probably at some point declare war on Britain to get the Alice Malvinas back, and then they'll get a big jump in the polls for doing that, and blah 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 blah. It's just fucking bonkers. Oh, crazy. Haven't Argentina learnt from the last time? Asked Andy. No. Honestly, mate, go to Argentina. They still go on about it. You get on a bus and there'll be a sticker on the front of the bus saying Alice Malvina says Argentina. Do you know what I mean? It's like it is Argentina. And it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. Let it go. Let it go. But yeah. You're more than welcome here, Kimberly. Take care. Oh, thank you, Kimberly, for coming on, watching. We've got Britain burns as heat raises wildfires risk. We've got letters reveal Malloy's final days on Everest. We've got FBI probes sudden death of Trump ally. And £2 billion AI data center held up by net zero. Yes, good. I'm glad it's been held up, and I'm glad that we should be pushing towards net zero. Absolutely. Captain Coconut says Burnham goes after the rich leave. Burnham now goes after their assets. The assets cannot leave. To be fair, Graham, they probably suspect the US won't help us this time. It doesn't matter. I mean, even if the US don't help us, I mean, we can activate Article 5, can't we? Like the Americans did. Viper Scott, thank you very much for the £2 super chat for Dizzer's Confetti fix. Thank you. We've got the Guardian here. June heatwave killed 440 people a day at its peak, says climate scientists. So it's covered earlier. World in emotion. Tempers fray for England, but now Argentina awaits. This is to do with the Tuchel, our manager of the England team, and Jude Bellingham had a bit of a ding dong after the match because the manager was like, you didn't fight hard enough, and Bellingham was like, it was like 40 degrees, you twat, and I scored 2 goals. Fuck off. Cool. We've got confetti time from Viper Scott. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you, and it allows me to do this. 3, 2, 1, confetti! Woo! We got the confetti. To finish the goal. Thank you very much, Martin. We got a super chat from Martin there. For the watch. Let's see if we can get a Boba Fetty. I don't think we'll get a Boba Fetty this morning, but we can try. Boba Fetty. Cool. Okay, so thanks very much to Martin. Thanks for Viper Scott and everyone else who's dropped a super chat in. It's very kind of you. Keeps our little channel, a little bit alive. Widdicombe speculation unhelpful, police warn, which is, fair enough. So at the bottom of the page there. And then we've got the Daily Express. They've got a picture of the royal with the kids. I mean, why would you print up hundreds of thousands of pamphlets with pictures of these children on? I don't know, but that's what we do. Hero Jude's ready to take on Messi, which is cool. I do think I will have to just no, that's okay. Just get this cock in place before I read the rest of the page. Because I'm a child. What can I say? Let's move this to here. There we go. Oh, that's brilliant. Look, it looks like he's kind of like holding the cock. So there you go. Our sadness at losing one of a kind Anne, a wave of tributes are being paid to one of a kind Anne. Whereas I look at that and I think, oh, she was one of a kind. Good. It's like Chesney Hawkes, was that his name? I am the one and only. I fucking hope so, Chesney. Very White House Experience joke for those of you of my generation. But yeah, there you go. So that was the sadness of losing. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. We've got the Mirror here. England's world is in their hands at last. Hillsborough law joy. I'm over the moon. Truth bill to prevent cover-ups will finally pass after years of frustration. Campaigner Margaret says this is for all the country as she praises the Prime Minister. The Hillsborough law is set to pass its final hurdle this week. Margaret Aspinall, whose son died, said, I'm over the moon. This is for all the country, which is fantastic. So that should happen tomorrow in Parliament. Why, when it's 700 degrees in the shade, would you drag your sprog out dressed in a shirt, tie, and jacket? I don't know. Someone tried to put out pictures of Nigel Farage in Clacton, like he's ever there. And someone pointed out that the picture was clearly AI, or it wasn't taken now because everyone was wearing like jackets and things. Everyone was wearing big like fucking duffel coats. And it's like, I don't think that was real. Don't think that one's a real. Or maybe it was a real picture, but it was taken like 17 winters ago. Thatcher wanted to nuke Buenos Aires. Did she? I don't think she wants to nuke. Come on. Really? Over the Falklands? Really? All hail King Jude. Best ever Bellingham. Saluted by Lineker and 3 lines lauded by Wills and Becks. Cool. We've got Widdicombe killing not political. Oh, I'm very sorry. We have a frog face there, don't we? We need to put the frog over the face of Farage there. Just change his face so it's a frog. It's a frog. There we go. Beautiful. That looks a bit off kilter, doesn't it? Hang on. There you go. It's better. Yeah, Widdicombe killing not political. There's a frogman there who went to give tributes to Anne Widdicombe in her own village. Now, frogman turned up yesterday in the village, and he waited for all the cameras to be set up before he put down his tribute, and then he asked them if they wanted any B-roll. So that happened. That genuinely fucking that actually, because you can't let a good disaster go without, or a brutal killing go without making something out of it. Okay, so finally we're going to go over to the Financial Times. Which is, whoa, what just happened then? I'll press the wrong button. There we go. Financial Times. New US strikes on Iran pose biggest test for interim deal. Tehran declares Hormuz Strait closed. 4th raid in a week by Washington. And this is, talking about the Strait of Hormuz. And, it's whether the deal actually fucking happens. Can Fraser get City back to the big time? I don't know. No one will like you, but it pays to be a toady. Okay. And then Graham dies at 71. I'm not that old and I'm not dead. Ultra hawkish Republican who turned from Trump critic to crucial ally. Yeah, he's dead. Also a gay man, a closeted gay man, very famously closeted gay man. And then we've got the briefing there. Wall Street poised to collect from big deals and SpaceX. Horborn illness revealed. Court filings have shown crypto billionaire Christopher Harborn was granted a lengthy pause and a legal battle because of severe illness. Well, not severe enough. He's still with us. Dementia registry launch. Chinese rating rethink. Zelensky leadership shift. Brussels target big tech. Former Qatari ruler dies. Wimbledon charges serve. Burnham weighing bumper autumn budget to set out strategic priorities. And disruptors parachuted in to modernise public sector. So that's all. That's all there for you on the front cover of the Financial Times. Don't know what some of that meant, but who cares? Are we still in the giving the interim deal any credence? Is this the interim deal between Trump and Iran? I said this would happen. This is a forever war. This war is never going to end. It will continue forever until the heat death of the universe. Imagine a remake of being John Malkovich starring Anne Widdecombe, a proper horror movie. No idea why this concept popped into my mind. Malkovich. Yeah. The Yanks are running out of shiny bombs soon. But I've been watching the footy with my mate Ben Chambers, who does the 16 Million Rising, which is now called SMR Radio. And he turned up the other day and I opened the door and he just went, Malcatraz, to which I went, machine. And I was like, this is why we're friends. Little being John Malkovich reference for you, for those of a certain generation. What a great film. Did she die in a kinky sex game gone wrong? Just asking questions. Oh my God, Pygmalion, no, please don't ask that question because no one wants to answer it. No. Well, that makes sense. She never thought about the consequences of her actions, did she? Sidewinder air-to-air missiles, they're one and the same thing. Sidewinder missiles were really important to our success, but the US sold us many and they gave us quite a bit of logistics and help, satellite help too. I wouldn't say it wasn't unessential. Yeah, but I mean, it was a bit like, what are you doing? Why'd you care? And it's like, well, because there's people who live there and they don't want to be Argentinian. They don't want to be ruled by Javier Milei, which is kind of fair enough if you think about it. The US have bombed Iran loads of the last 2 days. It has indeed, my friends. It has indeed. What a bunch of gobshites. What a bunch of gobshites. Do you know who's not a gobshite? You're fucking awesome. Thank you very much for watching the show. I'm going to piss off now and go and find things to do. I've got a list of things. To do. Yeah, yesterday I had to climb up a tree and do some trimming because the tree was dangerously close to the house and managed to hurt me thumb. So I've got a plaster on my thumb right now. That's why I've got a plaster on my thumb. And I went to see Wolf Alice playing at the exhibition park in Newcastle. And it was a fantastic gig. It was really nice. It was a wonderful summer's evening. They were supported by Keo, who were really good, and also Cliffords from Ireland, who were also really good. Really enjoyed it. Really lovely evening. Just very chill. Very chill. They did do a cover of It Smells Like Teen Spirit, or at least the first verse and chorus of Smells Like Teen Spirit. It was just really fun. They didn't play Silk, which made me sad because I like Silk, but they did play all the other songs that I particularly like, including Play the Greatest Hits. It ended and it was good. One thing that I will complain about, because I like complaining about stuff, if you go to Exhibition Park in Newcastle, it's kind of unbelievable because the park is cut across by a motorway. I shit you not, a motorway. They built a motorway across a park, like up on sticks, so, a flyover that flies over the fucking park. it is just one of the maddest things I've ever seen in my life. And it's got these run-on lanes, and because the cars cannot stop. They've got all the the big load of curly whirly things they have around the junctions and things. It is absolutely fucking mind blowing. And I've never been to Exhibition Park before, and it's a lovely park, except for the fact that it does literally has a motorway running through the middle of it. It fucking. I'm gonna look it up here. Newcastle. Go away. Let's go to maps. Yeah. So here's the park. I'm going to show you it on the screen here, just to make me point across. I know you all care about how things are all put together. Maybe, I don't know. Your mileage may vary. But let's get this to do this. But yeah, you'll get some idea of what I'm talking about if I press this button here. So yeah, here's Exhibition Park here. And in order to get to it, so there's the city centre. Here's the city centre. And here's a fucking motorway. A motorway in the middle of the city centre. Can you believe that? Just look at that. What the fuck is the A167M? Who fucking decided that this should be a thing? So you're going, okay, I need to get to the park. And you've got to walk. And basically, there's a massive motorway junction there on the way to the park. And there's parts of the park. You see here where there's a road. It literally, I don't know if I'll press on this. But there's a road here. You see there, I've just put a little thing on it. There's a road. It goes over the park. Like, it goes over the park. Over here, the Victorian bandstand. You see the Victorian bandstand here, right? The Victorian bandstand. Behind the Victorian bandstand is a fucking great big. You can see it there. The motorway. The motorway that goes over it. It's just like what? Who designed this? Who thought that this is a good thing to have in the middle of a park? There you go, middle of a park. And it's just like, what the? This is what they did in the 1980s. Look at this. If you're coming down this hill, right? There's a hill down here. If you come down this hill on your bike and you're very tall, right, you will smash your head on this arch that you can see over here. This arch here, you'll smash your head in. Look at this. Fucking disgusting. And do you know what they've done on these walls, right? They've got those vertical tiles, those shitty vertical tiles that they have on the wall on the fucking Sydney Opera House that I hate. Those vertical tiles, the gents' toilets, that we used to piss on as kids. But it's been covered in this kind of rough material to stop people doing graffiti. Because why would people do graffiti on a horrible thing? Do you know what I mean? You very rarely see graffiti on prestige buildings. Look at this, Moore Park. That literally a motorway running through a fucking park that you've got to go under. That's the other side. Come out the other side of the park. Unbelievable. Like, honestly, the 60s should hold its fucking head in shame for the shit they did to this country. Just vandalized the whole place, ripped up all the fucking rail lines and replaced them with the kind of shit like this. I mean, imagine trying to do this now. Imagine trying to take a park that people use, take the kids, take the dogs to a walk, and they have gigs there and stuff. There's a nice little bandstand there. Imagine doing that and going, do you know what this bandstand needs? It needs a fucking motorway flyover behind it. That'll make it look nice. This Victorian fucking bandstand. There you go. A lovely little Victorian bandstand. It looks a bit worse for wear there, but maybe they could do it up. But yeah, what's the point? Do you remember concrete, kids? Concrete. I think they genuinely thought back in the 1960s that the world was going to end soon. So what's the point of having anything nice? But there are people who fucking love motorways. Honestly, they're out there. Some people might be watching this who are like, "Shut up, Graham! I love that concrete and the stink of piss and the graffiti and the smell and the chance of being sexually assaulted underneath those fucking underpasses. I love that. Why would I want a wide open space where I don't have to see fucking motorways?" Obviously, things are different now. So much so that if you go to Alton Towers, there's a rule in Alton Towers that none of the roller coasters can go above the tree line. That's why the roller coasters in Alton Towers go underground, like the Nemesis and the Oblivion go underground, and it's because they had to dig down so they wouldn't go above the tree line. True story. David Faulkner, thank you very much for the 38 Hong Kongian dollars. It's very kind of you. If you're patient in one moment of anger, you will escape 100 years of sorrow. 100 days of sorrow, Boba Fetty, please. Yeah, I like to consider things. Nobody tell Graham the original motorway plans for Newcastle, they were ... extensive, says Nouster. Yeah, same in Liverpool. They wanted to blast the M62 all the way into the city centre and knock down Georgian terraces and knock down prestige old buildings. They didn't give a fuck. They just wanted... That's why the first junction of the M62 at the Rocket is junction 5. Because junctions 1, 2, 3, and 4 were supposed to be further going into the city. Fucking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And I hate the way that East Liverpool is absolutely divided by that fucking motorway. You know, you got to walk an extra 7 miles in order to get around the bastard thing. M62, a farmhouse. Yeah, it was pretty quick. I hope is my ECG is on time later, but it's mid-afternoon, so plenty of time to fall behind. They say that in Disneyland, if you say Andy is coming, the costumed characters collapse into a heap. What? Did I miss something there? Andy Burnham is coming. The A167M is Britain's only double-deck motorway, says Nouster. I can't wait till they fucking demolish it. They demolished the flyover on the other side of the Tyne Bridge, so hopefully they're going to do it on this one as well. The whole thing needs to be demolished. Absolutely fucking just take that bastard thing down. It is absolutely fucking unnecessary. Absolutely. I mean, what do you need a super highway for to get into Newcastle? All it does is makes it really difficult to get into Newcastle. You're trying to follow the sat nav, and you got 4 lanes, and each one of the lanes takes you somewhere different onto another fucking slip road to go off onto something else. And if you get into the wrong lane, it's going to take you another 15 minutes to get back to where you're supposed to be. It's the most ridiculous fucking system. Get rid of it. Knock it all down. Have one road with roundabouts where it meets the other roads. Knock it all fucking down. All of that concrete, it's got to go. Can you recycle concrete? Fucking recycle it. Make something, I don't know, Milton Keynes or something. I don't care. I don't know. Toy Story reference. The Victorian bandstand in Northern Hay Gardens in Exeter has no obstructions like that. It's a gorgeous spot near Exeter Museum. Well, yeah. I do find this like just absolutely maddening that you could be walking through a park and then there's just this concrete fucking jungle in the middle of the park. Like, you know, not even like you're in the park and you can't see it. No, you're in the park and you can see the concrete jungle from the fucking bandstand, which is just crazy. I remember a couple moving to the village of Alton and starting complaining about the noise from Alton Towers. They even tried to get caught in injunction to close Alton Towers. I know people do shit like that, don't they, Chris? The people who bought like a city centre flat in Liverpool and then complain about the noise. Are you fucking kidding? Are you for real right now? You're going to complain about the noise in a Liverpool flat in the city centre of Liverpool, famous for, you know, its nightlife every night of the week. It's too noisy, I can't get to sleep. Well, fucking buy a house in the fucking suburbs then. You can afford to buy a fucking flat in the city centre. You can afford to buy a house in the suburbs. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, just kind of just crazy that this motorway exists. Sorry, I don't go on about it a bit too much, but it is just infinitely frustrating that they were allowed to do this, put a motorway through a park, and it's not even like it goes through the very middle. Look at that. The A1. Can you see my pointer on the screen? I don't think you can. But if you follow the A1M there, follow the rest of the road here. I mean, that is a park. That should all be like basically one park, and it's intersected by a motorway, by a fucking motorway. I suppose it becomes an A road at that point. But like, just what is even happening there? Who decided to build a little bit of that motorway there? Or the Westway in London, the fucking disgusting Westway in London. Fucking knock it down. Knock the fucking thing down. Yeah. But where were these people in the 60s to say don't build a fucking motorway in the middle of our city centre? Like, where were they? Why weren't they there saying what the fuck is? Look at all the roads coming off, right? Look at this. You've got slip roads coming off slip roads here. Slip roads coming off slip roads. You've got slip roads joining slip roads. You've got this. What the fuck? What even is this? What is going on here? This thing going round and up and down and then across. What is happening? What is happening? And you know that's just the diagrammatic version. Look at what a waste of space. All that space for these cars, and there's fuck all cars on the road because it's Newcastle. There's only about 10 people and a dog live there. Well, you don't need all this. You don't. Why do you need what? Well, let's count how many lanes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, arguably 12. Lanes. Just what the fuck? Right in the middle of the city centre. Fucking disgusting. Look at this. Look at this piece of shit fucking roundabout here, and then you got a building that goes over the road. They loved that in the 1960s, didn't they? Can we build a building that goes over the road? Why? Good, we can watch the cars going underneath. Cars are fun. Fucking assholes. Fucking hate cars. They just ruin everything. Look at all that space ruined by fucking cars. Got a nice park there. Fucking knock it all down. Fucking plant some fucking trees. Have a bit of green. Yeah. You want fun, Graham? Try the D road in Stoke-on-Trent. It's a fucking nightmare, says Chris C. Yeah. Just stop it. Stop it. Just have a normal fucking road that stops at roundabouts and traffic lights. It's fine. It's fine. It's yeah. People in Hong Kong complain that the area is too quiet because they're not used to living without community noise, says David Faulkner. That's interesting. Want to crap A stroke M road in an urban area, the awful Mancunian way, death trap with having to give way rather than merge. Oh my god, the Mancunian way is another level of fucking stupid. Like, it's probably one of the worst engineering feats on the planet. We'll zoom into Manchester here so you can see the shitness of it for yourself. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing that is in the middle of Manchester. It's basically a car park most of the time. The cars just sit there. Now, when I was young, when I was a kid, when I first started in Manchester, if you can see here, we've got the railway, arches, and you can see there's. I wish my pointer was working. Why does my pointer not show? It's kind of annoying me. But yeah, here, I'm looking here. You can see where there isn't even any railways because that railway track on that line has been taken up. But there's some arches here. When I was a wee nipper, when I was first in university, all of the traffic went through one arch. So this was the end of the A57M, the Mancunian way. And you'd have like a 6-lane motorway, and then it would just end in one of these arches. So they had to separate it out so now the cars go through both arches. But the run-on lanes and the run-off lanes are too small, and they can't really cope very well. You'll see it better if I just bring up the normal map. Look at this. Look at that lane. Look at that going off there. Garwood Street. What the fuck? It's a run-off off a run-off lane. And then it goes over here, and it just blasts its way through Manchester, through the city centre. And then you've got these absolutely ridiculous little lines coming off here to Sackville Road. So this is the route I would normally take. See this knob that these bollocks that someone's drawn on here. Now, if I just double click on that's the route I would normally take to get off the A57M, the Mancunian way. I wish I could show you my point. Make the point, and then I'll get onto Sackville Street, and then I'll go down Upperbrook Street down here to get to where I needs to go in Fallowfield. But that was the route I normally took. Absolutely bonkers. There's also over here near Brook Street, there's a little spur that just comes off where they were going to build a runoff lane, which doesn't go anywhere. Is that still there? I'm sure it's probably still there. But yeah, there it is. There it is. Look, that was going to be a runoff lane there, but now it's just like an advert for something. See that bit there on them. This here. Look, I'll put a dot on it. There you go. There's just this little pathetic little spur that was supposed to be a runoff. It goes onto Brook Street. I don't know. It was going to be an urban motorway. Fucking shite. And then finally, before I go, just because I can, since I've got you here, this thing. Oh my god, this is in Liverpool, right? This is the Wallasey Tunnel. This is the Kingsway Tunnel. Right, so this is coming out from over the water. So if you look there's the water, there's the tunnel, but you can see the lines of the tunnel. And then it comes out here in Vauxhall, And essentially, you've got this huge fucking, like the size of this. This is like the size of Liverpool city centre. It's absolutely massive. It is mammoose. And this is to get the cars off the road. And it's like, what? So we've got this huge big circle here, right? And you can see there's like 3 cars on it. This is probably taken during rush hour. And the joke on this is, like, they could just have a junction at this point here, right, where this flyover is, right? They've got loads of space. Just fucking knock all this shit down. Just build a junction here. Just build a big roundabout. It's fine. We don't have that many cars coming out of it. To go around here, it's 30 miles an hour. It's not even like a super fast, super fucking highway. It's 30 miles an hour. You're driving, it seems like, for 17 years to get around this loop. Just knock it down and build a fucking park. Just have a nice park for people to use. Or maybe build some affordable housing. I don't know. But why do we give this huge area, this huge area over to a motorway bullshit in the middle of a city centre? Absolutely fucking bonkers. And just to give you an idea of like just how bonkers this is, I'm going to show you the exit to the other tunnel, right? Which takes just as much traffic. Here's the exit to the other tunnel. It's a little roundabout, because that's all you need, a little roundabout. So you choose where you want to go. See there's a little roundabout here? It's a little roundabout. It's got a little roundabout out the tunnel. There's the tunnel coming out over here. See there? There's a Queensway tunnel. Comes out. Little roundabout. That's all you need. Knock it down. Knock it all down. Knock it. What the fucking fuck? And by the way, you know that big circle I just showed you, the big runoff from the Kingsway Tunnel. They when you talk to like older Scousers, they talk about Scotty Road and how they grew up on Scotty Road, and that was a big community thing where there was loads of these terrace houses on Scotty Road, right? And your old Scousers will bang, Tom Baker from Doctor Who, he was born on Scotty Road. Lots of Liverpool celebrities who are known now, they were born on Scotty Road. Well, this is Scotland Road now. That's it. See, it says Scotland Road on it, right? Yeah, it's a motorway. That's Scotland Road. There are no more terraced houses there. It used to be where the Dockers kids grew up. The Dockers lived and worked there on Scotty Road. And in the 60s, they demolished all of this area, which is all places where people lived. They demolished it all in order to build these absolutely massive fucking super highways for cars. And so Scotty Road is no more. Well, it is. It's just a fucking motorway now. They bulldozed down all the people's homes. Terraced houses, perfectly accepted. It wasn't a slum clearance. These were terraced houses that could still be used to house people today. But they knocked them down because the cars must not stop! Fucking drives me man the bend. Literally. Because it's a card pun, you see, because they're driving me man the bend. Tom Baker starts off as monk. Graham could do a whole show on his love for concrete and roads. I fucking hate it. The cars must not stop! Why not? Why can't they stop? Like, can't they stop and then let people cross the road? Can't they stop and then go round a roundabout? Give way? No! The cars must not stop. No lights, no junctions, no way of getting across the fucking road. I know I'm labouring a point here, but like, could I like work out? You're standing here. How'd you get from like Great Homer Street? Say you're here on Great Homer Street. How the fuck would you get over to there? Do you know what I mean? Like if you're on foot. I'm kind of intrigued now. Let's see how it could be done. So I'm on Great Homer Street here. So let's go to there. Come on. So I'm here in this building here. I'm this person. Directions from here. Okay. So now we want to go to choose destination. I want to go and visit my friend in Kingsway Court here. Okay. Fuck. That's how you get there. That's how you get there. So what, you cross the street here. Okay, there's a normal street crossing there. Whoa, what are you doing? Don't do that. And then you come over here. Oh, there's a street crossing there. My God, and then you've got to walk along a motorway. Oh my God, that's a pavement. That's a pavement on the side of the fucking motorway. And then you got to go over here and then... Fucking unfucking-believable. What the... What about here? What if you're up here? Let's clear that. What if you're on Rose Vale? No, you could go down Dryden Street, couldn't you? Or could you? No, I don't think you can. There's nowhere to cross the road there, by the looks of things. So I'm on Rose Vale. Directions from here. And I want to go and visit my friend on Burlington Street over here. Whoa, fuck. What is that? It's just like over half a mile. Over half a mile to go a few hundred meters. To go from one side of the road to the other. I live 1.25 miles from the Manchester city centre, and the view from upstairs is great. All of the new stuff. Yeah. Okay, who fired Graham up? Up now. Remember Airwolf, supersonic helicopter? Oh dear. Airwolf, I think. It was always the same explosion they used. I think you mean Airwolf there. Yeah, I remember Airwolf. Yeah. Was it supersonic? I hear there's a coin slot in his back, and if you put 50p in on his back, what you get me to go mad about fucking the amount of shit they built in the 60s. They did build a lot of shit in the 60s. I'll knock it all down. Knock it absolutely all down. Like, it's all right. You know, we can have a museum, and we can have the three people who think that you know, it looks great, and they can go to the museum and see these buildings, and they can cry for what, you know, what once was. When they wanted everything to look like a disused fucking industrial site stroke nuclear bunker stroke Nazi submarine base. We got lost in heat last summer in Montreal and had to walk along a motorway for ages to get onto Ireland. Yeah, Mr. Tissy, like having to walk along roads to cross the fucking roads is crazy, and it's why if anyone watched any of you watched the Room 101 with me and Scott the other day, and I was just like, fuck cars. And he's like, no, we should make jaywalkers go to jail. I'm like, no, fuck that shit all over the shop. I hate that idea. I hate it. I hate it so much. Thankfully, a lot of you agreed with me. At least the bogs in London Victoria promise change. What, the horrible fucking bus station or the OK train station. Indeed. The East Lancashire Road is behind my house, so I can see Rivington to Stretford. The lights from Old Trafford and the big towers. East Lancs Road. Good old East Lancs. I was like going on the East Lancs. I always feel like I'm back in the past. Do you know what I mean? There's hardly anyone on it. I feel like I should be driving like a Triumph or something, or a Jaguar E-Type along the East Lancs Road. It would look appropriate. Or a Leyland DAF. A Leyland truck. Okay, so at least the Andy, I heard, wasn't as much of a slot, but perfectly slaped hole for Putin and Trump. Indeed. Anyway, yeah. So the inner city motorway in Newcastle, the Mancunian Way, and the end of the Kingsway Tunnel in Liverpool all need to be fucking demolished tomorrow. If I was in charge, that would be it. Wrecking ball to the lot of them and open the space up and make it nice so we don't all have to live under a concrete sky, which isn't fun. Okay, so thanks very much for watching this morning. Thank you very much for the super chats. Appreciate it. I will return. I might do a show this afternoon. I've got to get writing again, so I might do that. But I've got loads of shit to do around the house, so I might have to get my teeth into doing that first. But if I decide to do some writing, it'd be really helpful. Not only for you to give a like to this video, but also to subscribe to the channel. And if you are subscribed, hit the bell notification icon. It'll tell you that I'm going live with Graham Rights and Wrongs. And yes, it is an ASMR video. You can listen to me tapping along on my keyboard as I slowly, very slowly, write my Man of the World, called Top of the World. So that hopefully will take place this afternoon. Maybe not. But what will definitely take place is this evening at 9 o'clock. Me and Scott are going to be talking politics. We're going to be talking about American politics and the death of Lindsey Graham, the undeath of Mitch McConnell, who seems to have come back to life somehow. And we'll be getting into it. And the resurrected war with Iran, which is going to go on forever. But that's okay, because we've got wind turbines. Yay, hooray for wind turbines. The circular exit road is needed to get from the tunnel to the road. No, it's not. No, it's not, Martin. Just have a fucking motorway. Just put a motorway there. Sorry, motorway. What the fuck is wrong with me? Just put a roundabout there. It's fine. You just have a roundabout. You have a roundabout. It's okay. We can do that. We can have. So you come out here, right, of the tunnel, of the horrible tunnel, a horrible concrete tunnel. You come out of there, and then you come along here, and then at Lime Clean Lane here, we have a junction here, and this is level. So you go up a hill, you come out up a hill, and then we have, I don't know, a roundabout here or something, and then that continues on, and then we have another roundabout here. We just have a little roundabout. A sexy little roundabout here, where the face of Frog Farage is. So yeah, we'll get the Frog Farage there. See that could be a roundabout there. Just put a roundabout there. Yeah, a roundabout there, and then that's it. And then you can get rid of all this other shit. You get rid of this slip road here. You get rid of this road here. You get rid of that road. All three roads there. All of those roads can go. They can all go. Be filled in. And then this area here, which at the moment is a waste site, just full of toxic, chemical, radioactive waste. We can clear that all up and make a lovely little park. And we can demolish this fucking box that's been built here, Best Way Liverpool. That can fuck off as well. And we can get rid of all this extra shit, all this road here. So this can all be expanded, and you can make Scotland Road a one-lane fucking each-way road, which is what it should be. Because fuck them. Take the train, you bastards. So there you go. It'd be hilarious when Seppos work out that they're going to have to work going on the ground and nobody will help them. Who's Seppos? I don't know who Seppos are. It is, the exit is a lot lower than the road. Ride on a motorbike and you know how steep it is. Yeah, I know the exit is a lot lower than the road. So just make a hill. It's okay. Cars have low gears. It's fine. We've got electric cars coming. They don't even have gears, because you don't need them. So it's fine. You just have a hill. Just fill it in. Fill it in with stuff. And make the cars go up. The hill. Because they can do that. They're cars. It's cool. I used to love GeoGuessr, says Adam Gordon. Oh, do you want me to do GeoGuessr? We're not going to do GeoGuessr this morning, I'm afraid, because I've run out of coffee, so I need to. I'm getting a bit of a sore throat. Seppos, Australian rhyming slang for Americans. Seppos, Jeppos, Meppos, Lepos, Teppos. Why are they called Seppos? I don't know. Playing Google SimCity. Yeah, fucking demolish it. Demolish this shit. I mean, like, you've also got just ridiculous shit like this. Look at this, right? See here, right? See this area here. It's just a fucking wasteland, right? And bop, 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 bop. There's something to do with the tunnel. There. You can't build anything on here because of this stupid fucking tunnel. Okay, fine. You can't build anything. But have a park. Make it nice. Why is it all the area around that fucking tunnel is fucking disgusting? It's fucking horrible. Because they were like, what do the cars need? Do the cars need trees? No, they don't. Let's remove all the trees. Let's cut all the trees down. Do the trees need affordable housing? Do the cars need affordable housing? No. Let's cut that. Let's bulldoze all the affordable housing. Just fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. It's steep enough as it is. Straighten it and it'll be almost vertical. No, it won't. Don't worry. I mean, the cars will cope. The cars will fucking cope. I swear. Let's have a look. What we can do, maybe, is we can drop someone down into the view that you get coming out the tunnel. Right? Here's the view. That's fuck all. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. Come on. I could fucking climb that. Look at it. It's only got a couple of ladders going up. You could get see where the bridge is there, right? Between there, and there, you could get that going up to that level. Absolutely. Right, where that oh, you can't see my pointer. It's really annoying me that you can't see my pointer. But I hope you get me points. But yeah, no, just make a ramp. Make a ramp and it goes up to this level. And then even that's the first road. This is the main road here. We're under the tunnel here. Look at that. Come on, it's just above my head. I could touch that. If I jumped really high, I could fucking touch that, motherfucker. I'm not calling you a motherfucker. I'm saying that I could just touch it, you know? No problem. No problem. It's just there. It's literally just there. Do not fret. Here's the secret runoff lane. This is if you've made a mistake and you've accidentally got sucked into the vortex of the tunnel. You get to go on this runoff lane. It brings you out here. Look at that. That was hardly a hill. Now I'm level with here. Come on. You know, I've been through that tunnel hundreds of times. I'm not having that. Oh no, you couldn't possibly build a ramp. Of course you could. Of course you fucking could. Just fill it in with gammon. Don't know why I said that. But yeah, it won't be almost vertical. It's easy. It's easy. Just put your vehicle into first gear, up the hill. Happy days. Anyway, I'm seriously good at GeoGuessr, says Adam Gordon. Ooh, maybe we should play GeoGuessr. Should we play GeoGuessr then? Does anyone want to play GeoGuessr apart from Adam Gordon? Because we sometimes do this, but then people are like, oh, I like that. There's a sign that says, welcome to Liverpool, home to Everton FC and Liverpool FC. I love that. Everton's first. Yeah, because it original and best, like Coca-Cola or KFC. But then, you know, what I'll do is we've got that lovely sign there, right? Just to show how much I fucking hate this. Right. Oh, hang on. What the fuck has gone on there? Oh, Google Maps. Look at this. Look at this. Like, what the fuck? Why do I have to look at this disgustingness? Look at concrete. Isn't it horrible? Isn't it always, look at this. Look, what the fuck is that? It's just disgusting. Looks absolutely fucking horrid. I think that's for the pedestrians to walk along, and they got to put up this big fucking fence here, so it looks like a security fucking compound going into a nuclear fucking submarine base or something. I don't fucking know. It's just horrible. The whole architecture, the whole engineering of it makes me sick. I think it's disgusting. Absolutely fucking hideous. Get rid of it all. Get rid of it all. You know? Get rid of all this, right? Knock all that down. Nice park. Nice park. Not a car park. Nice park with grass and trees and a kids' play area and somewhere to buy an ice cream. You can sit there on a blanket and have some wine and have some cheese and have a really nice afternoon. Can't have a nice afternoon here. No human being can have a nice time here. Fill it all in. Fill it all in. All of it filled in. That's what I would do. Yeah. Anyway. Some people say that you should definitely play GeoGuessr. So let's have a go. Let's have a pop. Should we have a quick pop at GeoGuessr and then I'm gonna call it a morning? Shall I? Indeed, says Adam. Okay, indeed means yes, as far as I'm concerned. I'll take that as a yes, my friend. So let's head over to GeoGuessr. We'll play it together. If you're as good as you say you are, we should be able to, you know, all have cake here, which would be nice. GeoGuessr, let's explore the world. Okay, so let's do this funky chicken. Right, there you go. Got that set up. Okay, we're gonna do GeoGuessr. Let's play. Haven't played it for a while. Let's play. Play. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Loading location. Okay, Africa. Newton special. Vice president. The person there. Senegal. I'm feeling a bit Senegalish here. I'm feeling this may be Senegal. It could be Mauritania. It's very deserty. I don't even know. Right, I'm off after the best 37 minutes of grain versus concrete. I don't know if this is going to get us anywhere. That's fucking useful. That's not Africa, says Adam. Fucking looks like Africa. Not Africa? Okay. Dun, dun, dun. My first thought was Africa. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, look, there seems to be human habitation over here. We've got a sign. We've got a sign. We could do with the sign. Someone give us a sign. Do, 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 do. Okay. Ooh, could be Saudi Arabia with all those fucking things there. No, I think it's definitely Africa, mate. Just saying. North Africa, somewhere in North Africa. Oh, I'm gonna run out of time here. Could do with this. I should have translated that graffiti on the wall. Shouldn't I? That would have been a giveaway. I'm going Peru. It's definitely not Peru. I will eat my hat if it's Peru. It's definitely Africa. Here we go. Nadanye. I'm thinking Senegal. Nadanye. Oh, Nadanye. Where the fuck is Nadanye? That sounds Nadanani. It's found here somewhere apparently. Oh, I'm just gonna go here. Fuck it. And it was Senegal. It was Senegal. That's what I said straight away. There you go. Big truck, apparently. Most of the Senegal coverage, a silver, black, or white truck is visible. Well, that wasn't what was going on. I was just going on the look at the place. And there's Dakar. Been to Dakar. Okay, so 4 kilometers away. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so Europe, first of all. Probably Scandinavia. Okay, let's have a look. Or maybe I'm up in the Alps. I don't know. I feel like I'm up. Here. Ooh, look at that house. Okay, fair enough. Maybe Switzerland. Ooh, now I'm feeling Switzerland. Maybe. Look at that. Does that look Swiss to you? Lots of flowers. Beautiful homes. Lots of flowers. I love that. We've got a bus. Definitely Europe. 100% Europe. Oh, there was a sign. Aha. Okay. Oh, okay. So, Zagoras. That's got to be Czech Republic, hasn't it? Poland. Let's see if we can find it in Poland. Poland. Right. They always give you like a little tiny village, don't they, to find. What are we saying in the chat? Yay, Switzerland. No, I don't. It's Poland. You can tell because it's got an O with a weird accent on it. Let's see if I can spot it. Can I spot it? Yes, I can. Can I spot it? What's it called? Zago. Zago. Lom, Poland, Lithuania. I've got a feeling it's around here somewhere. I'm going to run out of time here, aren't I? Ski. Ski. Fucking. Oh, bollocks. I'm just going to go here. I think it's somewhere around there. Yes! Oh, there it is. Zagorsk. I couldn't find it on the map. Apparently, Polish bollards have a red band around them with a red reflector on the front and one on the back. West of Krakow. I wasn't too far away. I'm not too upset about that. Okay, cool. We got a sign straight away. Cool. Paljala. What's Paljala Airport? Have I been to This looks like Europe to me, but I might be wrong. I've been wrong before. Arctic Infra. The fuck is that? Oh, look at these trees. Look at these trees. Scandinavia. 100%. Scandinavia. Whereabouts are we? Oh, fucking hell, there it is. Paljala. Oh, I found it straight away this time. That's good. So we are, let's have a look. So it's 29 miles from there. 29 kilometers, sorry. Where are the other places named on there? They're going to be 29 miles away. So we're at a road junction. Probably this road junction here. Fuck it. Let's just, come on. Don't be here all day. Is that it? Yay! Woo! Got it. Bang on. Thank you. Needs to take his car to the garage. Ooh, okay. Looking at this, I'm thinking Southern Europe here. Like Eastern Europe, Southern Europe, Southern Europe, maybe. But then again, no, Joe, this might be somewhere. I think I'm in Zagorhorvia in Greece. Zagorhorvia. Let's have a look. First. We're going up quite a tight road here. There's a Mitsubishi. No, it's not Greece. It might be Greece. It might be a Greek island. Maybe it's a Mediterranean island that I'm on. Yeah, this feels very much like this could be like Crete or even Cyprus, maybe Cyprus. Is anyone else feeling Mediterranean island about this? I think Zagorhorvia would have more greenery. Greek island, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But then again, I mean, I can't see the sea necessarily out there. Ooh, okay, I'm really going up high here. Definitely getting a Greek island vibe. That's what everyone's gonna suggest a different Greek island. It's all right. There's only 17,000 of them. We'll find the right one. I feel like if I get to the top of this hill, I might get a sign. Maybe I should have gone down the hill instead of up the hill. It's kind of cool though, all these switchbacks. Jesus. But we're feeling Greek. Are we? You don't think it's in Turkey? Feeling that we're all Greek today? Oh my God. Just quick, go down the fucking road. My super quick internet can't fucking handle the speed. That I need to go out. Oh my God, this is a disaster. It's an absolute fucking disaster. I've got one sign. Can I have a road sign, please? I need a road sign. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, look, as it looks like land forever, I'm going to go with my original thought, which was that it was somewhere north of Vionia. I might be wrong. I probably am wrong, but I'm just going to go. I'm going to go here. Oh my God, I was so wrong. It was Oman. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wee wow. The soil is very red. Yeah, I was actually in Oman. Chevrons in Oman are yellow with black arrows standing out. Was it Salalah? Oh, I was in Salalah. I spent 2 weeks in Salalah. Should have fucking recognized it. The end of the world. Okay, cool. All right, well, fuck that one up. If I'd seen a sign in Arabic, that would have really helped. Right. Rusos del Sol, Latin America, definitely. Let's see where we are in Latin America. Central. This looks like Argentina to me. Choy. I think that's Argentina. Let's have a look. Marco Polo. Troy is this way. Okay. Oh, Christ. Troy. So let's see if we can find where the fuck Troy is. In Argentina. Oh, no, don't pick it first. Ah, found it. It wasn't in Argentina. There you go. There's Troy. So how far did it say it was? 19 kilometers from Troy, and it's a road that goes off on an angle. So there's Troy. 19 kilometers. 19 kilometers. Does that go off on kind of like an angle? No, it's a roundabout. So it's not there. Ooh. Oh. Okay. So it's on the border between. Oh, okay. It's on the border between Paraguay and Brazil, but the Brazilians spell it Troy like that. Oh, it's not 19. It's not 19 kilometers. It's a number 19 road. Okay. So that's a number 9 road. So where's 19? Where's the 19? Fuck. There's the 14. Oh no. 14, 16, 14, 19. Here we go. Okay, so that's the 19 to Troy. Right. And then what we need is a bit where the road comes together like that, a little bit. 19 to Troy. So the 19 spares off. No, that's not right. It doesn't look right. 19 to Troy. So that's the road to Troy, the 19. It actually goes along the border there. Oh, fuck. Is it there? Is this it? Is it a crossroads? It's not a crossroads, is it? Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna have to make a decision. I'm just gonna go there. Probably not right, but there you go. Oh, so close. 32 kilometers. Oh, that's dokes. Right. White signposts. You will often find thick and white wooden signposts in your guide. Is that it? Are we done? Cool. Okay. I got 20,000 points. Kind of really fucked up with that Oman one. But the others, I did all right. Hopefully one day it'll be Peru. That's how we all feel, innit? Anyway, so thanks very much for watching. I'm gonna piss off now, and finally, so thanks for that suggestion to Adam Gordon. Yeah, we were wrong. Adam. It was Oman all along near Salalah, the end of the world. I saw a warning sign for camels. Oh shit! Did you? One angry pagan. I didn't see that. That would have helped because there's no camels in the Mediterranean, I don't think. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Like I said earlier, give us a like if you haven't already. Give us a like. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon. I'll be back at 9 o'clock definitely tonight with Scott Williams to talk about American politics. And until then, thanks for watching. Hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye.